In the continuation, we're gonna exemplify some practical cases according to the uh, given explanation about filters. Suppose that here we got a mechanical project here that we want to filter them based on system type, system classification, based on their diameters. For instance, system classification that has been set to domestic cold water. Push this. They got some specific and dedicated system classification values. We open filter here. I want to create a new filter at first. I name it domestic cold water and click on OK. By this way. And afterwards, from this part, pipe fittings, categories. Let me check mechanical disciplines, pipe accessories, pipe fittings, pipes, pipe systems. I select these categories. Afterwards, I add system classification and the operator equal to domestic cold water. Apply and OK. The next one, I can duplicate another filter out of this, like this way. I delete one of the duplications. I rename this. And domestic hot water, like this way. Afterwards, domestic hot water, apply and OK. After doing this, I want to open visibility graphics, filter. I remove all of the filters and then I want to add the two created filters. Domestic cold water in patterns, solid, and then we can consider blue for the cold water and red for the hot water, like this way. Apply and OK. Check it out. So, as you can see, the elements that their system classifications are aligned with cold water and hot water, they are highlighted, and it can help us to control the elements and managing them. Here I can create another filter in this part, and then I name it not domestic cold or hot water. Okay, and then from this part, pipe accessories, pipe fittings, pipe accessories, and then I set it to OR. I add a set, I add a rule, system classifications for both of the rules. You can just press down S button to look for it. Does not equal to domestic cold water and domestic hot water. Apply and OK. Then from visibility graphics, filter, add. I want to add the new filter here. And then filter the elements here. Not. And then I move it upwards. I uncheck visibility. Watch this. These elements are not visible here. Like this way. So we only have domestic cold and hot water is visible here. Let me select this. I move it downwards. Okay. We get back to the filters again. And afterwards, from this part, let me find not. Does not. I set it to and apply. Okay. But right now the cold and hot waters are visible, while the pipes that their classifications aren't cold and hot, they are not visible here. However, we can add docks and other systems in this filter right here. And for mechanical or medical equipment, and then in this part I should select shared parameters. For instance, medical equipment is not one of the included system classification parameters, and as such a condition, as I mentioned before, you have to set it to OR, so that enables you to select the desired category. So by this way, for pipes or in a structural discipline, you can filter them based on the diameters of the rebars or bars. For instance, let me open a view, detail view, to check the diameter of the bars. For instance here, check it out. If we select each of these rebar sets, as you can see, 10, 22, 25. So from filter, manage tab, view, I'm sorry, and then I want to filter them based on their diameters, and then we can add them to the visibility graphics. I open visibility graphics, filter, add. These are the filters here, bar 10 up to 32, 10, 12, 22, and 32. Let me edit 32. I want to edit it to 25. However, we can duplicate it. I rename it 25 since I want to keep 32 as well. I choose 25 type of rebar and I add 25 to the filters of visibility graphics. Like this way, rebar 25. Move it downwards like this way. Then we can consider line patterns, colors for each of these filters in projection and cut. However, you can specify the colors based on your own color codes that are predefined for your own organizations, like this way. Blue, and it is very effective in your projects, since filter is one of the most frequently used tools in your projects, or even you can disable their visibilities to make them hidden. Apply, and if you wanted to disable them, you just need to uncheck the checkboxes or apply them again. Check it out like this way. They are applied. However, the diameter of this is 32. Let me check. Watch this. We haven't specified color and line pattern for the diameter of 32 that we added right now. Right this way, and they are applied on the bars. So we can use the filters for the entire disciplines, for mechanical, electrical, structural, in order to control their line weights, their colors, their patterns, and control them to manage them in your presentations, and also for project management.